Good morning or good afternoon. I'm really excited to do our lab today. We're going to start by looking at our plates that we cultured yesterday. So let's just start with number 1. Okay, and remember, so we want to look at our blood plate first. That is our blood agar plate. So let's look and see if we got any growth. And we did. And look at that. So if this was a urine culture, the first thing that we would do is do a colony count. So I would say, now you'll have to do whatever you were taught in your clinical sites. So technically you could count each one of those colonies and multiply it by 1,000. So your colony count could be greater than 100,000. That's what we do. But some places I've worked, they've looked at this and gone, okay, about 75% of the places that got streaked yesterday are growing bacteria, so it could be feasible to say 75,000 colonies. However, there's clearly a problem. There's only one type of organism present, and we notice that it is a gold, like a very yellow color. Okay, so we have a gold colony. Let's see. There is no hemolysis on this plate. Okay, so gold. We have a colony count. So next, we're going to look at our McConkey, or CNA. Let's look at our CNA first. Okay, so here's our CNA. And what does it show? So at first glance, it looks like there is no growth, but there are a couple of colonies right there. So I don't know why it didn't grow so great. This is not a very good example, but there is growth on the CNA, just a little bit. So we can say that that's we do have a gram-positive present. Then the next thing we do is look at our McConkey. And the McConkey, there is absolutely no growth on the McConkey. So we are going to do gram stains today to practice our gram stains. So I'm going to put the McConkey to the side, and I'm going to take 1 drop of saline, and I'm going to make it be just a hanging drop, and I'm just going to touch right where I want to put my sample. Okay, now I'm going to take, let's see, the first test that we do on gram-positive cocci is a catalase. So you all have the catalase reagent in this little dropper right here. Okay, so we have our gram stain slide ready to go in the back. We are going to uncap our catalase and just put a little puddle right there on a glass slide. Then you're going to take a loop, get some of your organisms. I just took 1 swipe through, and you don't even really need that much, but I want to be able to really show you some bubbles if this is positive. So catalase, 1 drop, organisms on the loop, and touch. And let's see if I can look at those bubbles. Look at that. And that's all you have to do. There is no stirring. If you stir, you might miss the bubbles, but this is just, I love watching this. Bubbles, bubbles. Okay, so that is a positive catalase reaction. Now, if you look on your flow chart, you'll see that if you have a positive catalase, the next test that you do would be a latex agglutination for a coagulase test. So for the coagulase test, you take a paper square. It's a thick paper cardboard circle. You're going to put 1 drop of reagent, and you're going to need to mix it well. It's just a latex reagent. So you take 1 drop, and I just put 1 drop over there because it's been sitting for a while. You do not have to do that. All right, so we're going to get another, some of our bacteria. You don't have to get much. I just took some. And then this time you are going to stir. And you spread it all over your card. And we're looking for agglutination. And there is no agglutination. So we know because our catalase was positive, it's either a staph or a micrococcus. So this is where we get to know our organisms. This is a mustard yellow color, which is very, very indicative of Micrococcus luteus, which is a mustard yellow color. So for number 1, we have a test called the microdase test. And it's a disc. So I'm going to get a glass slide. I'm going to use the same one. You can get a new one. And we try to just get out one disc. There's the, oh, 1. Ha ha ha, perfect. Wow, this is just like real lab. All right, and we're going to pick up with the microdase disc in the next video.